G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present the round 11 review. And yeah, the buys have now hit and they're officially underway. So the next 5 weeks will be best 18 and buy rounds. But the buy rounds are 5 weeks this season, which is not nice. But the one positive is that that there's only in four of the five buy rounds there are teams with there are four teams in those and then two in the other. So I didn't explain that well, but that's all right. I'm doing this late again. Just struggling to find time on Monday to get this done. So I do apologize. I was committed to be doing this on the Monday, as opposed to the Sunday in previous years, just due to my early starts. So yeah. But look, let's get involved. Shout out to Brad, who's ranked 38th, which is just unbelievable. So I saw. I didn't watch the stream, but I did want to see his live reaction to his live rank, and it's actually so cute how he reacted. So, very happy for him. Hopefully, he can go all the way. I know CWT as well, West Coast man, and he's big on Twitter. And a lot of content creators going well this year. So shout out to those guys. CWT is currently in fifth. So best of luck to those two, and best of luck for people for the rest of the season, because it's obviously a great game to get excited about when you're doing well. And I still consider myself doing well this season in AFL SuperCoach. But yeah, it just feels like we're sort of stagnating at the minute. We scored 2,287. Our season rank now is 1,129th, which I'm still quite happy with. But certainly over the past month, we have just plateaued. We were building it high up, and we've just sort of plateaued, which I which I somewhat expected, because I don't think my team was much better than what my rank's been. But it has been quite the journey to be getting into this sort of position. So still very happy with how I'm going. There's still we've still got 50% of the way through the season. So very exciting. Draft wise, not good. Got spanked in Podmasters. Zoom draft, my mate's draft, lost by 15 there to a guy that isn't even playing. Um, got close loss again against Larry B-Ball crew. We did the ESPN NBA Fantasy League there, and then the Keeper League drew. I was up by two, and yeah, so first time this season we haven't had a draw. Sorry, we haven't had a win in any of the drafts, but that's all right. Been going well in most of them. So let's discuss what's going on here. So my trades last week were Levi Ashcroft and Luke Trainer to Cooper Simpson and Jack Sinclair. So Jack Sinclair was firmly on my radar for a lot of the week, and I wanted to grab him, so ended up going with him. I felt like I missed the perfect point to grab him, which was last week, but I did eventually jump on. He scored a 143, so he's an absolute legend. How how awful is this for Cooper Simpson? So wishing him a speedy recovery with an AC joint injury, and he's likely going to be out for the rest of the season. He's missing 8 to 10 weeks, but it will take him a fair while to get back into the side. So that's stiff. Levi Ashcroft scored well against the Hawks. I mean, anyone would have scored well against the Hawks, well, the way we played last week. Disappointing performance from the boys. Saw the good man, Supercoach at DR. So great to see him. Just one of the best humans I've ever met, and an absolute icon of the Supercoach community. So shout out to the great man himself, DR. Good to see him. Good to see Brett. He was tremendous as well. And one thing I will eventually bring up. So yeah, Levi Ashcroft was amazing. Luke Trainer. So I did actually decide to trade him out. The reason was, shout out to the Fantasy Take TV Discord. I check it every now and then. I just when I'm haven't got much to do. I don't really talk into it much, but I am in it. And I just saw a thing. I don't remember the people that said it. About 20 minutes, 15 minutes before the game, Luke Trainer's having shots on goal. Luke Trainer is currently with the forwards. And I'm like, okay, okay, so there's a bit of a red flag that he might be playing forward. So I forgot who I was meant to trade out, but I traded out Trainer instead. And yeah, when I saw the news, I was like, nah, got to get off this. So traded Trainer, had 18 in the first quarter, scored 10 for the rest of the game. So I was happy to be on top of that. Trainer wasn't really worth holding after that sub score, really, was he? Like, I don't. Did he even make money after that score? Because part of the reason withholding was like once that two's out of his system, he's good to go. So he scored a two, so 264K, and I traded him out against North at his absolute peak at 284K. So I made 20K profit for a month of waiting. So that was pointless. That was pointless, that exercise. That's all right. So yeah, Trainer is gone. Levi Ashcroft's gone. And yeah, so the one thing I wanted to bring up as well is I met a subscriber. Me and Brett were having a conversation at the Cricketers Arms in Richmond after the Hawthorn Brisbane game, and there was a subscriber that walked up to me, and me and Brett were just having a conversation. Then he just pulled out his phone and typed up, and I think it was on Snapchat, and SDS SuperCoach question mark, and I was like. Yes, how you going, mate? Jacob Buxton, absolute legend. Great to meet him. Great to meet his mate. Ryder, and I forgot his other mate's name. I forgot about that. But it was great to meet some of the boys all the way from Warrnambool. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how you get approached now. I don't know. I get a bit starstruck, but yeah, it doesn't happen often, so it's pretty cool. So. I did say to him we will do a video together this week, so I might try to set that up tomorrow, whatever the case may be. So great to meet you, mate. Absolute legend. Good to meet everyone there. He had work the next day at 10 a.m. In Warrnambool, and he's still there. So what an absolute legend. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let's talk about Supercoach and like just a quick summary because I don't know, I'm really trying to keep these as short as possible, but for some reason I can't stop talking. So let's give an overall summary of what we're feeling here as well. So I guess first thing to bring up, Cooper Simpson obviously got injured very early in the game, and I just chucked the emergency on him just in case. I used Connor Stone as a no. Who did I use? I used someone here, just in case he went poorly. I'm trying to. It was Jack McRae. Jack McRae was right here, just in case Cooper Simpson scored poorly. Whatever you do what you can to try to get the best score. And he got injured early, and I was like, oh my god. So then I flipped Dawson to flex. I put McRae in the midfield, and yeah, did all this magic. I think Marich from the midfield went into the forward line. So got out of jail with that, but it meant nothing because it meant I had to field Tommy Gross, and he scored 8 and got subbed out. What a legend! Yeah, not ideal in that sense. Vice captain was Nick Dacos. He did get off the chain against North, but I didn't see much of this game, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what really happened. But he did have a fantastic game, just didn't result in Supercoach scoring, which is all right because we captained Max Gawn. And as fantastic as this is, it is mildly frustrating me the lack of ability to nail a VC this season and just banking on Max Gawn to save the day each week. So 153 is fantastic, but I know this isn't sustainable. Gawn won't do this every week, so and save me. So I need to. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing the right thought process with doing VCs, but just been getting a lot of 105 to 115 scores, and yeah, nah, not ideal, but that's all right. Let's talk about some talking points in the side. Bailey Dale, obviously, I think he has 49 touches, scraped an 80. It was looking pretty poor, so salvaged the score there. Just an absolute roller coaster. I don't recommend. Nick Martin, unbelievable against Richmond. So this was fantastic. And yeah, he's been a good trade in so far. So very happy with how he's going. Like the role. I do like Nick Martin. Harry Sheezel probably needs to be a discussion because it's not a CBA role, it's not a seagull role. It's a bad role. Like two CBAs and mainly playing as a forward. It's bad. So it's not ideal, and he's been a very disappointing pick this season. 63, just really hurts. And I think there's a conversation we had to trade him. Like it's a bad role. I'm usually a massive advocate for people to hold premiums, and, unless they're injured for like a month plus, or um, or there's been a bad role change, and it's a bad role change for Sheasel. So that's what really sucks and very frustrating. So yeah, 100 average for the year, and hopefully this. Actually, what I will say is, to take my SuperCoach goggles off here. This is what the role, like AFL wise, they should be playing. I think he was a half forward as a rookie. Like, I think this is the role he can thrive in. It's just not great for SuperCoach. So I actually do even think like a Caleb Daniel could probably do with a forward, with a spell on the forward line, but obviously we don't want that to happen. But just to get the confidence up, he just feels low. Caleb Daniel just looks low on confidence. He's still scoring fine, SuperCoach wise, but just from an AFL point of view, um, it's just not ideal with what's going on with Harry Sheasel. And then I don't know, Caleb Daniel's been a very solid pick with a 97 there. Matty Roberts 90, first 90 in about 3 weeks. He's just falling off a little bit. Again, you just hope that he can turn it around in that role. There's been a bad role change, but yeah, it is looking like that he just isn't a primo. He's just maybe a top 12, top 15 defender, as which is still not a bad result given his price tag, but yeah, a little bit disappointing shift over the past month. Zach Reid, this hurts. This really hurts. I think this has been the trend of 2025. The injuries when it comes to rookies, the disastrous third game performance from low break even rookies. And it's just turned into a disaster. So very unfortunate with Zach Reid. He's been ruled out for 4 to 6 weeks. He is a trade. So we've got to move off that. Sardo Hooley did his hammy as well. He's out for 4 to 6 in the VFL. Bo Allen, we just pray that he comes back, especially during the bye rounds. We want as many green dots as possible. Matty Carroll is just a player playing, so I guess he can't complain too much, but yeah, he's not giving us much. Andy Brayshaw's had a lean couple of weeks due to tags, so he'll come back down to a very solid price for people to grab. Jack Sinclair on debut, 143 was beautiful. Tom Green, 95. He was just solid, but we knew this pick would be capped on his ability to get high ceiling scores. And I sort of expected that with this pick, but I do feel pretty safe knowing that he should go 90 to 130 each week. Nick Dacos, 107. Played well. Connor Rozee with a 95. Another bad day for Port. So you just hope for Port's sake they can turn it around. Jack McRae, I guess I didn't discuss this. I held Horne-Francis and McRae, just looking at the bigger picture here. I knew I was going to drop in rank. I knew I was prepared to drop in rank at the end of the day. Especially if Horne-Francis, might come back after the bye or come back in 2 weeks now. McRae, hopefully back after the bye, round 14. Feel a little bit more confident with that. So I don't know. I just held, and top six forwards when they're fully firing. So that's okay. Adam Chera, my phone's going off like crazy. Adam Chera has had an unbelievable 2 weeks, so can't complain there. He's been fantastic. Hustwaite's as dead as it comes. I can't believe Joe Newcomb didn't get suspended, which could have been an opportunity for Hustwaite, but he's as dead as it comes until there's an injury. Sam Mitchell's usually very loyal to the strongest side, so I just don't see it unless injury comes. And Hawthorn have a lot of early games for the run home, so it does feel, I don't know, probably a dead rookie I'd like to trade. Tommy Gross with an 8, just the only positive. I can't believe I cheered this because I didn't even know this was possible that he got forward status. So West Coast are in the position where hopefully they just keep playing him, developing him He's a mid forward that I can swing on the bench. So it's whatever. Ryan Marshall, disgraceful. 55. Wits towed him up like no other. Like it was an absolute domination game from Jared Witts on Rowan Marshall. Just spanked him. And Marshall was brilliant last week. Sort of targeted Marshall with the considering how much value there was on what he's capable of. But considering when he's a pod, it does hurt when he puts in a score like this. Max Gawn with a 153, unbelievable. By the way, Nick Martin saved me from a terrible score this week. Max Gawn I just didn't expect this type of production from him. He's by far and away been my best trade in all season, and I can't complain. Like I targeted him round 5, brought him in round 5 for the Essendon game. The break even was pretty high. I knew Essendon was a tough matchup, but I wanted him. I wasn't that convinced that he's washed. And this has been the scores: 145, 117, 174, 195, 142, 119, 153. Just has really salvaged my season, this great man. I'd do anything for Gawn. Bailey Smith's been an unbelievable pick this season, and uh, one of the Brownlow favourites. Got the Eagles. The one thing we have to mention, though, is he did mention after the game if this wasn't the Dogs or a final, he probably wouldn't have played. So that is a little concerning. It's fair to say. Fair to say. So 621K, not it's just not ideal for the buy round to. We'll hear news on when will Geelong fly up? Probably Friday. We'll probably hear news on Friday whether he's flown up with the team or not. So we just hope. Christian Petrarca, 125. He's been beautiful ever since everyone jumped on, and he's been a starting pick for me, so that's good. We love track. Warner, down game, but dirty day for the Swans. Rankin 87, just tried as much as possible to make it a low score this game, but he salvaged an 87, but what a terrible start to the game that was. Ryan Marich probably can be a discussion here. A lot of clangers early in the game, and then I saw a bit of him on the wing, half forward. It's concerning, and we know Marich is purely scoring well based on the touches that he gets in the back line. The second he gets moved out, he is a dead pick. I'm usually the benefit of the doubt with. Because of how unbelievable of a pick Ryan Marich has been. He just doesn't do anything else. But so I can understand why Eagles fans are frustrated with him because he just doesn't defend. I don't know. This can be a talking point. This is fair to be a talking point. So I don't know. We've got to give it some thought. Caden Cleary of the 40, we're just begging for a spike game here because we feel like he's pretty secure in the best 23, but we just really need to see a spike game out of Cleary. We need him to try to get to 300. Stonestead with Fonty doing well, but he's got forward defence status. That's fine. Cooper Simpson, Freo played a lot of late games this season, so he could be a good loop to have. So that's probably going to be the only reason I keep him. Jordan Dawson with a 138. Fantastic from Dawson. And I think, I don't know why I didn't VC him. I think it was because I like getting 2 full games out of a VC and a C. So the 110 into the 320 didn't feel too nice, but maybe in future you just do it. Cool. So that is the side. Now let's talk about trades. So quite clearly, Zach Reid has to go. And then out of Hustwaite and Simpson, I think we're going to move on to Hustwaite. I think. Yeah. And then, so there's a few things to discuss. So one thing I did want to bring up now, with the trading out of Zach Reid, I legit have Caden Cleary and then no rookies with any money on them. So If I d so I'm classifying this as an upgrade here, which is kind of a downgrade, but as a like primo wise, I want to get Tom Stewart, I feel, considering the lack of cash gen we're working with at this point in time. It's just been an absolute nightmare for rookies over the past 5, 6 weeks that have just become dead. So yeah, I think we have to get Stewart ahead of Holmes, and I'd love Holmes, but we'll discuss that. And we'll just see what Campbell Gray does. He probably shits the bed as soon as we get him in. Need to put someone forward here. Campbell Gray, cool. 143K banked. And yeah, as you guys will see here, legitimately, it's Cleary with a little bit of money on him, but everything else is dead. But the positive in how I view things here is that it's 22, like as a total, I've got 22 premiums or non-rookies. I've got 22 non-rookies, and if it wasn't for the flex, this would already be like a full primo team. But obviously with the flex, we've got to add one more. So they'll come in due course. Like there's some targets I'm eyeing up, but with just this lack of cash gen, it's going to make it very difficult. So like Nazai Wanganeen Miller, I would love after the buy, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to get him. Like low 500s, I'd love to get Nas. Zach Butters as well is coming down in price big time, and I'd love to jump on that as another cash option, especially with our Tristan Cherry. That would be good. But as you can see, my rookies, Carroll, El Hawley, Bo Allen, Tommy Gross, Boyd, Stone, Gray, Cleary, Simpson. Other than Cleary, there's just none of them are playing, and they've got no money on their head. So I think we're getting a few rookies over the next few weeks. So that will be nice, but we just got to hope that the Supercoach gods can be nice to us. We desperately need our Lawson Humphreys of 2025 to pop up right now. And it's current, we just don't know who that would be and if that's going to come. So yeah, and then the discussion would be, do you trade Ryan Marriage? Do you trade Harry Sheezel? I was very much trade Harry Sheezel over Marriage, giving it a bit more thought. It feels like don't fall in love with, you know, players that change roles here like Ryan Marriage, who we just expected to be a cash cow, and now he nearly became 500K. But yeah, if I was to trade Marriage, I think it would be for Max Holmes because Geelong's run home for the rest of the year is just unbelievable. I would love Zach Merritt, but I think I would just absolutely love Max Holmes. I think, but that's probably why I'm getting Stewart to get in a Geelong player with that run home. Geelong have the best run home for the rest of the season. And so, yeah, if I did decide to use three, it'd probably be Marriage to Holmes at this stage. Because Marriage is break even. I don't know. I feel like I need to give it a bit more thought. But it's a bit scary. 154 break even. That's crazy. So, look, when it comes to the buys, I just like optimizing because it is a lot of movement regarding that. So, well, Carroll's got the buy, so let's not do that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Get Carroll back there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think we're gonna have 18 on field. We got 15 primos. If you count that with Marriage, and then hopefully three rookies. Campbell Gray. Hopefully Bo Allen gets named for 19. Tommy Gross if he doesn't get dropped, and Caden Cleary. So yeah, it's not an ideal situation. So 18, 19. I think you want to target 19 because I guarantee one of these rookies will be sub if they're picked, and you want to get that score off field. You want to have 18 players playing that aren't subs realistically. So yeah, we're looking at the bigger picture here. I think the team's looking fine. We've got 22 out of 31 players that aren't rookies. So that's a good result. It's just going to be, and being in that situation with 14 trades left, realistically, 15 trades left because it's not much of a downgrade to go from Hustwaite to Gray. But yeah, it does feel good. But I feel like we're going to have to use a lot of these trades to get to 23. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have to use our next six trades to finalize that final upgrade. And I think with the lack of cash gen, the dream of getting to 25 primos is dead. It's dead. And that's what I planned for, and it hasn't happened just due to the lack of cash generation. But we definitely want to be trying to get to 24 with four, three trades left, something like that for post buy. So hopefully something like that can happen. As it comes to vice captain and captain, I'd love to do Gorn into Smith, but I need to know whether Smith is playing. So we need to figure that out. So we'll hear some news, I guess, and that might just about decide it for me. As we have a look at the SDS Super League, let's see what's going on there. So we're now ranked. Oh, gee, we've had a bad round. SDS Super League, the original. Yeah, a few people dropping down. I think Matthew might have stopped playing. That type of thing. That's all right. So that's okay. That is okay. But the SDS Super League too, you guys are really stepping up here. You guys are doing well. James, good to see you do well. Daniel, that's all right. You'll bounce back. Jack, my boy Jack, shout out to your lines. Great week, great season, mate. And same with you, Cheese. Love your work. So great stuff from all the lads here. I keep saying it every week, but yeah, just the amount of guys inside the top 10K is magnificent. So yeah, the leagues are going strong. Look, I think we'll wrap it up here. I don't really know what else there is to discuss. Feel like I've said what I've needed to say. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you're all doing well, and see you around.